A snow-covered stadium in Orchard Park, New York. We're still digging out from a weekend blizzard and a delay of 27.5 hours to kick off. Yes, can you find your seat? It's an amazing scene here as Josh Allen and the Bills get set to host Mike Tomlin's Steelers next on CBS. It's wild card weekend, and it continues with a 7-2 matchup. The 7-seed Pittsburgh Steelers, winners of their last 3 to make it into the postseason, against the AFC East champion Buffalo Bills, the 2 seed. A Steeler win would send them to Baltimore next Sunday night. Meanwhile, if the Bills hold serve here, they would host last year's Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, here next Sunday night. Hello, friends. Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wilson, Jay Feely. It feels like 4 degrees right now. You've been down on the field, Tony, and these conditions, I mean, what's it going to be like for the players out there?
It's cold, I can tell you that, and the wind, even though it's minimal, it actually does affect it in these conditions. But this is why you drafted Josh Allen. He can knife it right through this wind, and he's played incredible in these conditions. These are 2 mentally tough teams in this environment. I expect it to be a great game today, Jim.
In the way Josh has played this year, led the league in total touchdowns with 44. What about him?
Well, I mean, he's been exceptional, but he's also like right there at the top in turnovers. I mean, they're 16-0 since 2020 if he doesn't turn the football over. That's the key today. If he doesn't have a turnover, the Bills will win this game. But he's Josh Allen. He's going to have chances for the Steelers, but I really believe he's the difference maker, Jim.
Well, Mason Rudolph's been a difference maker for sure. The last 3 games, he gets the start and leads them into the postseason. Your expectations for him today?
Well, he's been exceptional. He's been playing in 3 straight playoff games, and right now this is his chance. A young guy, you go win a game at Buffalo in the playoffs and no one expects it, that changes the trajectory of your future.
Well, let's go down to the sidelines real quick, and a warm welcome to you, Tracy.
Well, Jim, I'm anything but warm right now, but there are blue skies behind me, and this field looks absolutely perfect. But let me reiterate, there was no chance they could have played this game yesterday. About 3 feet of snow dumped here at Orchard Park till 4 a.m. today, making it extremely difficult for anyone to come in and be able to clear this stadium. Now, the field is clear, but the seats still have a ton of snow on it, so we're expecting some snowball fights today. How all of these conditions, how the weather, how the schedule changes affect these 2 teams remains to be seen.
Well, we're just minutes away. Thank you, Tracy. And these diehards, they've come out in full force as kickoff is next on CBS.
This will be a backbreaker for Buffalo fans.
Hurts to the end zone, and the Eagles have won it in overtime.
And this is embarrassing.
We can't play football like that.
They're in must-win territory now.
Born to be wild.
Caught by Pickens for a Steelers touchdown.
Born to be wild.
Cook leaps into the end zone.
Born to
The
be
Pittsburgh
wild.
Steelers win in Seattle.
Born to be wild.
The playoff hopes remain alive for Buffalo.
Yeah, mama gonna make it happen.
Yeah!
Take the world in love embrace. Fire all of your guns at once and explode into space.
The Bills, for the 4th consecutive year, are AFC East champions.
Pittsburgh will clinch a playoff berth.
That's what I want to do today. Dominate. Josh Allen, the beast, has been released.
1 game at a time to go try to win a Super Bowl, and that's it. Right back at you, man. Let's go!
Welcome to Super Bowl Wildcard Weekend, presented by Verizon. Born to be wild. Brian Maher putting that opening sequence together, teeing it up for the Steelers and the Bills. You heard Josh Allen there said, take it 1 game at a time. They've been doing that since going 6-6, starting with a win at Kansas City. They won 5 straight. It feels like 4 degrees right now as we send it down to Jay Feely, who knows that the kicking part of this today could be very important in these gusty conditions, Jay.
For sure, Jim. And you know that the cold and the wind is certainly going to have an impact. So the #1 priority for both special teams units is ball security. But the Steelers know to win this game, they have to win the special teams battle. Keep an eye on Miles Killebrew, all-pro, Pro Bowler, 4 blocks in his career on punt. He wants to have an impact. And Tony, they're going to be aggressive. Try to steal a possession, maybe a fake, big return, something to try to have a big impact on the outcome of this game.
I think you're dead right there, Jay. I think that the way the Steelers win this game, they got to possess the ball and they've got to steal a possession. Expect the unexpected if you're the Bills on every punt situation.
Well, the Bills defer here at the top. Pittsburgh was 10th in the conference before they went on that 3-game win streak, and Buffalo was 11th in the conference when it came out of its bye at the beginning of December and vaulted all the way to the 2 with its division winning performance at Miami last week. So here we go. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by New Balance. We got now. State Farm, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Chipotle, for real. There's a 24-hour time lapse yesterday. Yeah, it was coming down. It was blowing too, close to 50. And now we're ready for the first snap of the game for the Buffalo offense. We welcome you back to Highmark Stadium. Aerial coverage of today's game is provided by Goodyear. A Bills victory today would mean they would host the Kansas City Chiefs in the 4th and final divisional game next Sunday night with a 6:30 kick. Here we go. Bass, line drive on the first one. This one delivered to the back of the end zone. One of the world's most iconic performers lights up Vegas. Watch Usher on the Apple Music Super Bowl 58 halftime show, February 11th on CBS. The timeline for Mason Rudolph came out of the draft in 2018 as a 3rd rounder out of Oklahoma State. He played in some games early in his career, and then he's just gone silent. Did not even play last year. So this is his 4th consecutive start. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Progressive, the right call to protect your home and car. And by Taco Bell. Our amazing crew, our tech crew, what they've gone through over the course of the last 5 days and getting us all set for this game. The likes of Pete Calander, Sarah Hammond, Chrissy Florian, Katie McGuire. Yeah, we were, because of a travel ban, a lot of us weren't able to even leave our hotel for 3 days. It was like The Shining. It was such great retreat weekend, though, and a lot of time with the whole crew. You saw this earlier this weekend about Josh.
This is incredible. Okay, he's the only one in NFL history, only quarterback. Look at that, Jim.
Yeah.
To average over 250 and 50. And guess what? They've been playing the playoffs recently. The last 2 weeks, they have ramped up him using his legs with a season-high 15 rushing attempts last week and 11 the week before, both season highs. Expect that to happen today in situational football, 3rd down and red zone.
46-yard punt. Got to have a good time with it. A blizzard in Buffalo. A game that's been delayed. The fans have come out. Yeah, snowball fights, etc. Still coming your way. Back for the Steelers, 3rd series. They finished 3rd in the AFC North and got that last playoff spot, 7th seed. All 4 teams in their division finished above 500. Bills. Yeah. Trying to pile it on early. Considered the league's most prestigious honor, the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award recognizes players who have excelled on the field and whose passion to impact lives extends beyond the game. For the Steelers, the nominee is Cam Hayward, who lends support to local communities through countless projects and events. And for the Bills, the nominee is Dion Dawkins, who provides resources and support to people in need through his Dion's Dreamers Foundation. The NFL Man of the Year will be announced at NFL Honors Thursday, February 8th, 9 p.m. Eastern on CBS and NFL Network. Let's take a look at Next Gen Stats powered by AWS.
Well, we mentioned it. Cam Hayward, when he's in the game, no one runs very well against him. But when he's not in the game, it's really good job by offense coordinator Joe Brady right away recognizing the difference. And you have a guy like I talked about upstairs. If he's not out there, you got to be like, he's out, he's out. There are certain players in the league that you can change and call a play based on he's one of them.
Super Wildcard Weekend presented by Verizon concludes tonight on ESPN and ABC. And then this weekend, the divisional playoffs presented by Intuit TurboTax kicks off on ESPN, ABC, and Fox continues Sunday on NBC and right here on CBS. We'll begin our coverage next Sunday, by the way, at 6 Eastern with our studio crew that walks on water. Boy, dreadful start for the Pittsburgh offense.
Well, they did their first job. If you're a Steelers fan, you had to get a stop on that last possession. Now you got the ball back. Eat the clock and go down and do something here.
Follow the road to Las Vegas and catch every round of the NFL playoffs on CBS through Super Bowl 58, all streaming live on Paramount Plus. Looks like Matt Ryan ready to make the ride with you. Matt's going to be in the studio with us. Coming up at halftime. All right, Rudolph and company, they completed these two throws at the end of the quarter. Well, Commissioner Roger Goodell is here sitting alongside Curtis Martin, the Hall of Famer. Boy, the AFC playoff picture as we take a look at it here with that Houston hammering of Cleveland and Kansas City able to knock out Miami last night. This is the last piece of the puzzle on the wild card weekend, so Baltimore are waiting to find out who it will host. Of course, the Texans anxious to find out, are they traveling to Baltimore or to Kansas City? Again, another reminder, the Verizon halftime report is coming up. There's all the crew. Phil ready to go, JB ready to lead. Coach Cowher watching the Steelers. Nate and Boomer, their first half analysis and all the latest news around the league coming up on the Verizon halftime report. So, you know, there are all these analytics and probabilities stampeding to the playoffs. That's what they did with their 5 straight wins. But at one time, entering week 14, it was 5% chance. And we were with them at that time at Kansas City, Tony. They won that game, and then things just kept going up. They beat Dallas, the 19%, 28%.
We knew how good they were. This team doesn't get blown out. They kept giving away games, so we knew they could get on a roll. They had a tough schedule to close. But I'm pretty sure we talked about seeing just them.
That'll bring us to the half. Josh Allen throws for 2, runs for another from 52 yards away. 21-7, the Bills. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station. To the end zone. It's caught. It's Knox. Down the middle, they go for it. They got it. And it's caught for the touchdown. No one's going to get him.
Unbelievable.
Welcome back to Super Wildcard Weekend presented by Verizon. You got this one on here in Orchard Park. You got Philadelphia at Tampa tonight. Then it's on to the divisional round. But we're on to the second half with the Bills to receive this third quarter kick. What are you looking for as far as ways that Pittsburgh can work back into this game?
Well, I think the biggest thing Jay touched on a little bit, no punter. So obviously usually your kicker comes in and he becomes a punter, but that's going to lose a lot of field position battle, especially in these conditions. So, I mean, to me, it starts right now. You've got to insert yourself in the trenches. And, you know, Josh Allen has been in rhythm all game. That's got to change. You got to come after him now.
Let's take a look at the wild first half plays presented by Pepsi Wild Cherry.
Well, he's been in rhythm all game, and then all of a sudden when he's not in rhythm, Jim, he's used his legs multiple times, and boy, has that been a positive. 4 rushes for 58 yards and continuing the streak.
Yeah, the touchdown pass to Knox, touchdown pass to Kincaid. And now let's get this third quarter started. As you take a look at what the quarterbacks did in that first half. Mason Rudolph got the touchdown pass to Deontay Johnson in the last 2 minutes.
And that was big. That gave him life, but can't allow Josh Allen to be comfortable or use his legs. He always ramps it up in the playoffs, as you should. Protect him in the regular season, use it in the playoffs.
Earlier, Tracy caught up with Sean McDermott.
With Sam Martin dealing with the hamstring, we saw him and Tyler Bass kicking out here. What will be the situation, and how does it affect things in terms of play calling?
Yeah, we got to see here what Sam can do, and we got to go from there.
In terms of the second half, though, if you don't have Sam Martin, how will it adjust the play calling?
Well, we'll just have to see. We got to be better situationally, obviously, if we don't have at least our main punter.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Sean doesn't want to give it up. Who would be the next guy in?
Coach, you got the huge block down there, turned into points, momentum with that sack and that stop. What more do you need to see, though, in the second half?
We got to take care of the ball. The story of the game in the first half has been a turnover game. They took points off of our board with a turnover down there, and then they produced 7 points for themselves. We got to take care of the ball. We got to get a few of our own.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
A long time.
Take a look at Next Gen Stats, powered by AWS.
Well, we've seen them work, these tight ends, and what they've done, they made a concerted effort. You're going to get these safeties wide and play deep half parts of the field. We're going to throw the ball to these tight ends and people in slot tight formations. And you see right now, Jim, how they got these tightened down. We talked about quarterback sneaks. Watch how many times they go left, 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 left. But they are great at it, Jim. They're right up there. Second most sneak first downs in the league.
Back, by the way, CBS Premier Week is bringing back your favorite shows and some new ones starting right after Super Bowl 58. Okay. We start the fourth quarter. The Steelers were down 21-0 in this game, Tony, and they're making a comeback, driving down 14.
This is your chance right now. Mason Rudolph, you had an opportunity today, change the fortunes of your future. This is the drive. Go down there and make it a one-score game. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, they got the ball at the Bills' 42-yard line here.
Well, I think you saw it right there. They got to be able to run the football. I mean, when you're down 2 scores and you got a whole quarter left, like, you don't change anything. You don't try and hurry up. But I think this. They're starting to believe that they can do this. It's almost like no one gave them really a chance. And right now it's like, uh-oh. And that makes it nervous if you're Buffalo, because we're supposed to win. We got off to the great start. But if it gets to a one-score game, every throw, every single time a guy's holding that football, the fortunes are in your hands.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL. AWS, transform your data and business with AWS. And by Burger King, the $5 duo, Whopper Juniors, wraps, or one of each. Well, things have changed ever since that blocked field goal when the Bills were trying to go up 24-7 late in the first half. It got blocked. Pittsburgh on a short field covered the 33 yards in a couple of plays with a touchdown throw to Deontay Johnson. And here in the second half, they got a Boswell field goal, and now another Rudolph touchdown pass. The latest one to Austin. Off the short field. Isabella, that 15-yard penalty didn't cost him all that much. He only got it to the 31-yard line. By the way, again, Super Wildcard Weekend presented by Verizon concludes tonight on ESPN and ABC. Joe and Troy will have the Eagles and Bucks for you. Then this weekend, divisional playoffs presented by Intuit TurboTax. Kicks off on ESPN, ABC, and Fox. Sunday on NBC and CBS. We're going to have the Fourth game of the weekend, 6:30 Eastern time, but our coverage begins Sunday at 6 Eastern with our buddies on the NFL Today. State Farm postgame show comes up right after we finish here with JB and all the gang. Latest NFL news, highlights from this game coming up on the State Farm postgame show. Well, Kansas City, Houston, and Baltimore all watching and wondering, what will it look like? If it's a Bills victory, the Chiefs come here. And that would send Houston to Baltimore. Kansas City and the Bills have had some epic matchups since Mahomes and Allen came into the league.
Yeah, say the least.
Could be another one next week. And time runs out. The Bills advance. They win in the wild card round for the 4th consecutive year.
And the winning continues. They've been playing in the playoffs. They've talked about it for over a month. And they keep stringing these together, and they are playing their best football here over the last few weeks, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. And now I thought Kansas City might be doing the same thing. We're going to get another possible historic matchup.
6 consecutive wins since the start of December for Buffalo. Josh Allen produces 277 yards, 74 of that on the ground, and 4 total touchdowns to lead the way and on to the divisional round and on to Tracy with Josh.
I got a big smile when Josh came over, understandably why. But, you know, Jim Nance and Tony Romo right now are debating which was the bigger play. Your 52-yard run to just get things going, or Shakir's touchdown to basically finish this off?
Shakir's, no doubt. The answer, you know, their offense was doing a good job of holding on to the ball. They scored there to bring it to 1 score. And he mans up right there and makes a heck of a play and gives us the spark that we needed at the end of the game.
Why did I know you were going to say that? Week 14, you guys were given a 5% chance to make the playoffs, and here you are onto the divisional round. Why is this team playing so great at this moment?
Well, we got a resilient group. The veteran leadership that we have, I really think it's unmatched in the league. Guys love each other. They care about each other. We come into work extremely happy each and every day. And I don't know if you get that most places. So I just appreciate the guys. You know, talk about A.J. Klein coming off the street, basically, getting to play a lot. You know, TB goes down. I hope he's doing all right. But to come up and play like that, and you haven't practiced in God knows how long, it was impressive.
All right, well, up next, Kansas City. You guys have had epic battles, but this time it is going to be in your house amongst your fans. What is it going to take this time around?
It's going to take a team effort. You know, they're playing really good football right now. We know the type of team that they are, obviously the type of quarterback that they have in Pat over there. So we're going to need everybody in Bills Mafia to be here and support us. I'm just thanking God that, you know, we get another chance to play another game.
Appreciate it. Enjoy this one. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Tracy. Go Bills.
There's a look now. Houston to Baltimore. Houston at Baltimore will be the first of the 4 divisional games on ESPN and ABC on Saturday in the Intuit TurboTax divisional playoffs. Kansas City and Buffalo will be the last of the 4. Sunday night will be here in prime time. We were there when they played December the 10th in Kansas City. The Bills won it 20-17. A largely defensive contest. It'll be remembered for that moment when Kadarius Toney lined up offsides before Kelsey's amazing pass. But it was a wild one. So was the divisional round a couple of years ago. We saw that too. We expecting nothing less than that come next week.
No question.
State Farm postgame show's coming up for Tony, Tracy, Jay, and Gene. Jim Nance saying so long from Orchard Park. Enjoyed it, partner?
Enjoyed it more, partner.
All right. JB in New York is coming up. After this, the Bills advance.
This is the State Farm postgame show.
Well, you can't deny the heart of these Buffalo Bills, folks. They scrapped, they fought, they won. And for the 4th consecutive year, the Bills advanced past Wild Card Weekend into the divisional round, taking down the Steelers 31-17. And hello again, everyone. Welcome to the State Farm postgame show tonight on CBS. It's a night of mysteries with 3 hours of the hit drama NCIS. That's coming up tonight on CBS. I'm James Brown, along with Phil, Coach Nate, and Boomer. Boom!
All right, JB, we already have our AFC playoff bracket. It is now set. You'll see next Saturday, Texans and C.J. Stroud visit Lamar Jackson and the Ravens at 4:30. And then on Sunday, it's the rematch between Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, his Chiefs, the Bills. Sunday, 6:30, right here on CBS. And over on the NFC side, you can see right there, Green Bay is going to be visiting San Francisco. The winner of tonight's game between Philadelphia and Tampa Bay. Then we'll see Detroit next Sunday, 3 o'clock on Fox. Hey, look, you know what I saw in this game? I saw an elite quarterback do elite stuff when his team needed it most, and that's exactly who Josh Allen is. We were talking about him being the beast of the East. It doesn't matter the weather. And the great thing about this, it's him and Mahomes now for the 7th time. They're 3-3. Patrick's beaten them twice in the playoffs, and Josh has the record over him, 3-1 in the regular season.
Yeah, you know what else I saw, along with Stephon Diggs being targeted early and making some plays, kind of getting this offense going? I saw the complementary players step up and make big plays for this offense. And I believe that's what this playoff run is going to be for majority of these teams, because we saw so many injuries in the regular season. We're seeing injuries in the playoffs. So those guys that are coming off the bench, the second and third tier guys that are backing up the starters, have to step up in order for these teams to make that run to the Super Bowl.
A.J. Klein being an example of that. Step up for Rob Bernard, 11th-year player. But, you know, what I've seen is these two teams, we've seen them in the playoffs, the shootouts that they've had with Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. They've kind of both morphed into this running game identity in their offense and become more of a defensive football team. So these are not the same teams we saw 2 years ago in Kansas City when it was back and forth overtime. Who had the ball last was going to score. They now have come in more of a balanced football team. It'll be interesting to see how this unfolds in Buffalo this time.
Yeah, I think they had no choice. Either turn into balanced teams or just lose.
Right. Yeah.
And, you know, you look at today's game, I give Pittsburgh a lot of credit. I thought they played with a lot of heart, a lot of energy, and they played tough. And Mason Rudolph hung in there. But Buffalo had control of the game from the start and kept it the whole day. They had the football for over 33 minutes. Josh Allen, what day did he have? He never got in trouble. He starts the game off. Dawson Knox gets the touchdown. Beautiful throw, nice drive to get the game going. And then right here down the field, oh, my gosh, Dalton Kincaid, how's this look for a draft pick this year? Man, their tight ends are maybe the best two in the NFL as a group. And Josh Allen, when in doubt, if the lane opens up, which we talked about in the pregame, take advantage of it, breaks the tackle. We saw that last week. We saw it this week. He can break. If you hit him high, he's just going to run through you. Doesn't matter if you're a defensive lineman or a linebacker.
I mean, take a look at the numbers. They aren't, like, spectacular, but what they are is they are effective. And, you know, next week against Patrick Mahomes, that's what it's all about. You got two of the best players at the most important position that carry their football teams. And I know it's a lot about defense, and defense for the Chiefs is one of the best defenses in football. There's no question about it. It would be a little bit tougher completing passes. And what we saw today also was the loss of T.J. Watt. You know, he wasn't on the field. He wasn't out there.
His absence was huge.
I mean, he is a game wrecker. He creates so many problems for opposing offenses, and I think we saw that, and how Josh was able to run and move around and really not get hit very much.
And getting back to this matchup that we're going to see next week when it comes to Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, these are two guys that at any moment in the game can put their team on their back. And we talk about it often with Josh Allen. He has this urge to play hero ball, and that's the gift and the curse of being so damn talented. I mean, he can do it with his legs, do it with his arm, and the same thing with Patrick Mahomes. At any moment in the game, he could just say, you know what, this is on me, the offense is in movement, let me do it. And here is the head-to-head matchup. We see the wins are equal, completion percentage, and then the numbers in total yards per game. And just look at the touchdowns and interceptions. And what I love about Josh Allen today is he didn't play hero ball throughout. He played hero ball in moments. He knew when to go into the phone booth, put on the cape, play Superman, and then get back out and play Clark Kent and say, you know what, let me make sure everybody else gets involved. I think that will be the biggest challenge between these two quarterbacks when we see them next week.
And trust me, they will be watching each other. You made a mention right there, Tracy, after the game. He knows he's going next week. He mentioned Patrick, you know, what they have. So these two guys watch each other, and when they both, one runs, the other one will say, I can do it.
A little blow for blow, if you will.
There is no question. When these two guys go, they take their games to another level individually, and we all accept that collectively.
Well, what you're saying is personal.
Yes,
and of course it is. Every
like Michael
quarterback
Jordan
wants to beat the other one. You can't make it when you win. Go over and go, come on, JB, how'd you like it?
Is that what you used to do?
Sure. And you as a coach, there were certain times you just want to beat the other coach so bad it was really special.
It's personal.
Amazing. First ever road playoff game for Patrick Mahomes. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Amazing. Hey, folks, the divisional playoffs presented by Intuit TurboTax kicks off next weekend and Sunday here on CBS. We have a treat for you when Patrick Mahomes, as the guys have been talking about it, and the Kansas City Chiefs go head-to-head with Josh Allen. Nate said that this guy had to write to colleges to get some interest, that being Josh Allen. And the Buffalo Bills at 8:30 Eastern. Our coverage begins at 6 p.m. right here with the NFL today. And you know what? Hey, let's give a tip of the hat to all the folks up in Western New York who were out there doing the do so that they could go out there and sit on ice. And
well, they had no choice, JB. What you mean?
Keep those shovels for next week. Hey, that's what I say.
You have a choice whether to go sit on ice or sit at home on a pad, right? A hot
They should call Boomer. He does a lot of shoveling.
Shoveling what?
This is hey, Coach has a job of keeping these guys intact. Hey, folks, thank you so very much. We will see you next week right here in Studio 43 on CBS.